I just wanted to touch on the concept of how we as humans use knowledge as a way to make ourselves feel safe in the world. And if you really look at life and you really look at this experience with true and honest and open eyes and an open mind, you will, inevitably see how little we truly know. And a wise man knows that he knows not. A wise man is humble enough to stay curious and, have the mindset that we really don't know things. We can make assumptions. We can learn from our experiences. We can talk to people about things. We can listen. But at the end of the day, life truly is so uncertain. And just even the fact that things have proceeded along like a generally like stable curve for a while is pretty rare, I think, and pretty crazy, because so many things in our life can happen to change that. So many things in this world can happen to change the course of our lives. And so life is very uncertain. And I believe that the mystery scares us. And so, I'm just an observer of human nature. I'm just an observer of humans and our minds. And I tend to generalize sometimes when I try to make sense of things, but I think that sometimes you need to, in order to try to, articulate the human experience for what you see it as. And yeah, I just feel that we use knowledge as a way to make ourselves feel safe. And in doing that, we tend to kill the mystery and kill the excitement of life in a way. Because now, we are living in these little prisons, that we choose to live inside, that we create, with our sense of knowledge. Oh, I don't need to worry about that. It's like, I know that already. I understand this, I believe that it makes us afraid to not know, I think. And so we use this false sense of knowing oftentimes to insulate ourselves and to make ourselves feel safer in the world. And maybe at some level that is necessary, to live a life in this world. You have to take some things for granted that you understand. You have to, make assumptions just to live your daily life and to move forward in life. But I just feel that there's so much we don't know. And if we spend our life living as if we know, living as if we have answers, then we are not living a truly full, free life as humans. We are not, there's so much out there that we are going to push away because it doesn't fit in our, narrative for the world. It doesn't fit in our established assumptions, and so I just think to live in this world of knowledge that we have created is to really just kind of take away the excitement and the mystery in the spark of life, the spark of discovery. And so one of the most beautiful, true things you can do is to just cultivate a mind of, humility, right? Like, you can have your assumptions, you can have your beliefs, but always have that in the back of your mind that I really don't know much. I'm not certain, right? Life is so uncertain. And I have my inclinations, I have my inklings about how things are and the way that things are and who I am in this reality. And but I really don't know. And always just remembering that at the end of the day, it's like, do you want to feel safe or do you want to feel free? Do you want to be free, right? And the funny thing about feeling safe is it's a false sense of safety. When you're living in a world of knowledge, I know what that is. I know what that is. It's like our mind. It's always talking. It's always saying, I'll say who that person is. I know that person. I know who they are. I know what they're capable of. I know, I know this, I know that. And in reality, just allow them to be a mystery. Allow life to be a mystery is so much different. It's such a different experience because you don't always have the need to know. You don't always have to have an assumption or an opinion. You can just say, I don't know. You can literally just say, I don't know, and just embrace life for what it is. and embrace the experience of not knowing. And that is true, to me, that is true living, that's true freedom. But it's scary. It's scary to people because they want to feel like they know. They want to feel like they understand things. And I don't blame them. I don't. But I think just to realize and recognize that for what it is like important. You know, if that's, I'm trying to get this out and trying to make sense of how I'm feeling, you know. It's just, I think that our minds are a great tool. I think our minds are a great, you know, tool for navigating reality and making sense of things. You know, we're sense-making machines. We tell stories. But let's tell those stories. Let's tell stories about the way things are and the way we think things are, while also recognizing that they're just stories. At the end of the day, a lot of our stuff that we believe and we assume is made up in our own heads, and that we can still live and have those assumptions and have those stories, but there always needs to be that little part of you that doubts that still, I believe, because then you're not going to get so caught in these stories. You're going to see them for what they are. They're relative. They're just a creation of your mind, right? And if anybody's rocking with me and knowing kind of where I'm getting at here, like, I respect you, because this is pretty, like, I just feel like it's pretty deep stuff kind of to try to explain this, but it's deep to me because I just feel that humans, we deserve to taste that experience of not knowing and not be afraid of it, but to be excited by it, to be, you know, enthralled and curious about life. And I just feel that when we have so much of this knowledge, when we have so much of this, you know, when we know everything already, that's what's killing your excitement about life. That's what's killing your, you know, continual growth in life. But if you always have a mind, if you can maintain that and cultivate that mind as you grow older, of curiosity and receptivity to the world, questioning things, investigating things, remaining interested in life, remaining interested in people, why things are the way they are, what they really are, who we are, why we're here. That's only something you can do, is to maintain and cultivate that mindset. Nobody can give you that. And I would even suggest that that's one of the biggest gifts that you could give yourself, and one of the best things that you could have in life is a mind like that. And nobody can give you that. That's why it's special. You have to cultivate that sense of, you know, wonder and curiosity. And just recognize the mind for what it is, man. I think that's why meditation is so important, because it allows you to see the mind for what it is and realize that it is a tool. Like they say, the mind is a great servant, but a lousy master. You don't want your mind to run your life. You want to be in charge of your mind, using it as a tool. But if we don't take the time to cultivate our mind and like take care of it like we would our body, if we don't meditate, if we don't do things to like take care of our mind, then it's going to run our life, you know? And oftentimes we're going to pretend that we're a victim to it. We're going to feel like we're a victim to our minds, but really we have the say and we have the option and opportunity to cultivate a mind that is going to give us a life, you know, of more joy, I guess, and just more wonder and amazement of things in life, you know? That you can't really live that way when you have the mindset of, you know, already knowing everything, already having all the answers. So it's just, that's two different ways you can live in the world, and you had to choose which one. And for me, it's obvious the choice, you know. I want to use my mind. I don't want to be used by it. I want to make assumptions and have theories about life and have hypotheses about the way things are, while also remembering that they're just relative, you know, they're just made up in a way too. And having both of those, you know, states of being going at the same time within myself, so that I can be humble and be wise about, you know, my curiosity, and not going around telling people the way things are, because, man, I really don't know at the end of the day. The more you learn, the more you realize that you don't know things. And that's beautiful. It shouldn't be scary, you know? We shouldn't have to use knowledge as a way to make ourselves feel safe. And even if you don't feel safe and you're afraid of all that you don't know, it's like, that's okay. Be afraid sometimes. Like, You don't have to, say I should never be afraid, but just question it. Say, why am I afraid of the things I don't know? Why am I afraid of not having all the answers? Like, that's an interesting thing to question. You never will have all the answers in life. And you don't even want to. That's the thing, But anyway, just wanted to get on here and just spread that little message today. I thought maybe somebody would appreciate that and pass it on if you care to. And God bless you. Be well.